And the saddest thing about this entire shit is it seems like our movies are dying. Like the entertainment industry, it's like dying. Everything comes out and it's almost always hot garbage. Hot garbage. Or somebody hates it for some reason and it does bad. Uh, I watched this Brazilian show and people hated it because it had a trans person in it and there was a gay lesbian couple in it. But it wasn't one of these woke movies that was like gay, trans gay, woke, lesbian, hate me, gay, bash, gay, lesbian, you're racist, sexist, bigot movies. It wasn't really woke. It was about dystopian future and people were just fucking living and surviving and fighting a fucking war against the fascist government. A character just happened to be transgender. A character just happened to be gay. That's the way it's done. But you get fucking shows that are like the person's defining character trait is they're gay, or they just like it's so shoehorned in. Even the original character, fucking from Star Trek, you get Sulu. Even George Takei was like, "Why'd you make Sulu gay? Like, just make new characters." Because even woke George Takei is saying that shit. But let's just get into this article before I go on a rant. Where this is an opinion from the New York Times. We aren't just watching the decline of the Oscars; we are watching the end of the movies. Everyone has a theory about the decline of the Academy Awards, the sinking ratings that have led to endless Oscar reinventions. The show is too long. No, the show is too desperate to pander to short attention spans. The movies are too woke. No, the Academy voters aren't diverse enough. Hollywood makes too many superhero movies. No, the Academy doesn't nominate enough superhero movies. Querulous voice from the back row. Why can't they just bring back Billy Crystal? I don't know what's going on. Star Trek, they brought Picard back into the past to talk about modern issues instead of weaving it into the story, a good fucking sci-fi story that focuses on a fucking telling those things outside of humanity as humanity moving past that and trying to teach those lessons to other races and stuff. But instead, you're bringing the officer back to 2024 and making them get deported for having no papers. Like,
You suck!
oh my god. And then you got Discovery, Star Trek Discovery. You put fucking Stacey Abrams at the end of the fucking season for no motherfucking reason as the president of Earth just to be like, we have to fucking unite together and no, fuck your fascist garbage. My favorite theory is that the Oscars are declining because the movies they were made to showcase have been slowly disappearing. The ideal Oscar nominee is a high, middle-brow movie aspiring to real artistry and sometimes achieving it. That's made to be watched on the big screen with famous stars, vivid cinematography, and a memorable score. It's neither a difficult film for the art house crowd nor a comic book blockbuster, but a film for the largest possible audience but of serious adults. The kind of movie that was commonplace in the not so distant days when Oscar races regularly threw up conflicts in which every moviegoer had a stake. Titanic against L.A. Confidential, Saving Private Ryan against Shakespeare in Love, Braveheart against The Sense of Sensibilities against Apollo 13. The analysis explained why this year's Academy Awards reworked yet again with various technical awards taped in advance and a trio of hosts added have a particular sense of an ending about them. There are 10 Best Picture nominees, and many of them look like the kind of Oscar movies that the show so desperately needs. The West Side Story, Steven Spielberg directing an update of a classical musical, King Richard, a staring sports movie lifted by a bravura Will Smith performance, Dune, an epic adaptation of science fiction classic, Don't Look Up, a big issue movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. You mean a propaganda film? Drive My Car. It was a good film. Don't get me wrong, funny, hilarious film. But most of what the left preaches about climate change is fucking propaganda in my mind. Because it is. I went to school for that shit. My fucking advisor and the crafter of my environmental protection sustainability degree fucking made us read shit like Green Illusions and stuff that you guys fall for every day. But that's a different subject. Drive My Car, a 3-hour Japanese film about the complex relationship between a widowed thespian and a young female chauffeur. Okay, maybe the last one appeals to slightly more niche audience, but the point is that this year's nominees offer their share of famous actors, major directors, and classic Hollywood genres, and yet for all of that, almost nobody went to see them in their theaters. When the nominees were announced in February, 9 of the 10 have made less than 40 million in the domestic box office. Yeah, so how does these movies that we're not watching? Why are they promoting this and losing money if we're not fucking watching it? The only exception, Dune barely exceeded 100 million domestically. Dune was awesome. They either should have told the whole story and released it all parts at once, or they should have ended it a little bit early. The pacing was a bit off for me, but it was a fucking excellent movie, making the 13th highest grossing movie of 2021. All told, the 10 nominees together have earned barely 1/4 as much of the domestic box office as Spider-Man: No Way Home. Now that was a fucking spectacle movie. I fucking enjoyed that movie thoroughly. Even when Hollywood tries to conjure the old magic, in other words, the public isn't there for it anymore. True, this was a COVID-shadowed year, which especially hurt the kinds of films the older moviegoers frequent, moving the Delta and Omicron waves from the equation, and probably West Side Story and King Richard would have done a little better. And many of the Best Picture nominees were released on streaming and theaters simultaneously, while Don't Look Up was a big streaming hit for Netflix after a brief pro forma theatrical release. I didn't even know that was in the fucking the theaters. Oh shit! A lot of movies they've been failing in the theaters, but they've been finding homes on Netflix. People don't want to spend $50 to go to a movie anymore. They don't. You guys have made shit too expensive. You're gonna have to retail your business to offer shit to us at a cheaper price because you're going back to when you tried to fucking sell VHS tips for fucking $99. Nobody has a fucking $100 to buy a goddamn movie. Like, fuck off. Within the larger arc of Hollywood history, though, this is the time to call it. We aren't just watching the decline of the Oscars, we're watching the end of movies. It's sad, but this writer might be true. We might be witnessing the end of movies. The culture war with the left just forcing this shit without actually building culture, just forcing this propaganda garbage on people, sometimes fake, like the Don't Say Gay bill and all this other fucking garbage. We've reached cultural stagnation, and people aren't fucking releasing new shows. Like, I watched something earlier saying Star Trek is dead because of all the gay Star Trek fucking wokeness crap that's going on in Paramount Plus's new Star Trek series, like Picard and Discovery and shit. But you get the Orville, and Orville is pretty much fucking Star Trek to me, and that fucking people love that fucking thing. I'm glad that's coming back. Fucking bravo, Hulu. Fucking bravo the fucko. But
That's how winning is done.
I don't know. I hope we can move past this and regain some semblance of a fucking of normalcy, of reality, of fucking I don't even know what the word is. We just gotta end all this woke divisive garbage. I'm just fucking saying. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily, and we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys, because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there, because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there, because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.